Here on CCFM 107.5. And with that, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Sam, hello and welcome to you.
Hey Marco, how are you doing, man? I'm alright. How are you doing today?
I am good. And if you are tuned in to my show on a Monday, we don't have Blue Mondays. Never ever. Today is no
But
different.
right,
And I have you. I have you.
and that's it's really exciting. It's really exciting. I think talking of Blue Mondays, I hate Blue Mondays. I hardly have them as well. So we always start the Monday on the positive note, which is very important to set the tone for the week.
I love that. And Sam, you come highly recommended. And
Yeah,
I spoke with our GM, spoke
yeah,
with, of course, Kenny the other day, and all I heard was Sam, the IT
yeah.
guy. So now, before we get to you, let's find out just in terms of giving us an overview of the Beyond All Limits Masterclass event, of course, that is hosted by the BBC, the Business Breakfast Club, and CCFM. Let's talk about the importance in regards to business.
Right. So for me, I've actually been a big fan of the Business Breakfast Club for so many years. And again, sorry, man, just to jump into it, I would like to say thank you. Good afternoon to your listeners and everybody in the studio today. As you mentioned, my name is Sam Sindane. Yeah, man. So it's an honor and a privilege to be part of such a great event. I've always been a big fan of the event, but never had an opportunity to be actually part of it in this manner. And I must say thank you to obviously the Business Breakfast Club in partnership with CCFM for allowing me the opportunity to actually embrace this stage. And I tell you what, when we talk about Beyond Limit Masterclass, for me, it sort of resonates quite well with me because it tells my story of actually where I come from, what I've been through, and the limit that I have to push beyond to get to where I am today. And then again, said for me, it's really, really exciting to be part of this such a great event to be able to see business people who believe in their dreams. It's important to watch the growth, and I've seen so many people starting off the ground or starting the businesses, being part of this family, the network it brings, the exposure it brings to so many big corporates. I said to myself, hang on, this is something which is in line with our growth as part of the business that I represent, whereby we want to actually see startups grow and be part of that journey of their growth in business wise.
Okay, so you said you always wanted to be part of it, and
Yeah,
this
finally.
time around, you cannot be ignored. You cannot be
No,
ignored. So you're going to be a guest speaker, right? And seeing that your field is IT, let's talk about that. What can people expect from you? What will you be discussing in terms of your expertise in the IT and cloud service field, and how would it benefit the masterclass?
right. So again, we talk about IT is quite broad, right? And I think the space that I'm in is a cloud space, which is your MS Google Cloud space. And what's crazy is that when you look at the market today, because we were part of the first adopters of the cloud drive then, and there was a lot of hesitation from businesses to actually even consider cloud because of copy and compliance. Is my data safe? Are these big data centers mining the data? So we were able to actually push the agenda around getting business to understand that having to move your business to the cloud is the way to go. Number one, to optimize in terms of scalability, whereby you are able to scale your business quicker than you would if you were to do the on-prem solution, right? Because if you think about it, if you were to grow your business from an on-prem perspective, which means you've got your application now or your infrastructure on-prem, that becomes a bit tricky because now it requires capital investment, right? Where for the infrastructure. Whereas in the cloud, you can actually flip a cloud service within a minute, right? So these are things which I think for upcoming businesses, it's important to not fear the cloud, adapt to the cloud so they can grow quicker and scale quicker.
Okay, and I want to hear more from you. But
Yeah.
so if I'm a business owner listening to you right now, hi, and you are the expert, and so you're the right guy that we must listen to. I have one question for you: how
Yeah.
safe is the cloud?
The cloud is safe. It's got all the, especially with those that are engaged. Obviously, not sure if I'm allowed to mention the specific cloud platform that I'm engaging. So it's very compliant in terms of standards wise. It's well monitored, and there's always not 24 hours so it's on the back end. So it's different when you have an on-prem solution, whereby you need to make sure that you worry about all the features or aspect of your infrastructure, from cyber attacks, which is quite broad these days, whereby you've seen some big corporate being hacked, and then losing millions of rands, right? So again, what's most important is that how important is your business, and how important is your data in your business.
Wow. And we are not living in our grandma's world anymore. So the times have changed, and business must change as well. So, how will the masterclass encourage innovative thinking and tapping into untapped potential? That's for you,
Right.
Mr. Sam.
Yes, 100%. So for me, man, as I said, it's a need. It's a need for businesses to actually look into the IT space. We need a lot of entrepreneurs in the IT space, because there's a lot of stuff that happens on the back end around what these big vendors can do for small businesses. Right. To give a scenario, again, there are other initiatives which are coming from the likes of Microsoft, for example. Sorry to mention the name, but not sure if I'm allowed to, but there are incentive that comes from
That's
these
fine.
guys, whereby they are looking to push the upcoming businesses in terms of finance training, right, for these businesses. But because of not exposure in terms of information, that get missed out, right? So hence I'm saying it's time for us to get together. Let's see how we can collaborate, push the cloud for most businesses, and how we can enhance the IT infrastructure. And
I
also,
think
there's
the
obviously,
one thing about, no, go for it, go for it.
so obviously there's always the money aspect to it, right? So whenever you start a business, one, want to make a difference. Number two, how can I make
Yes.
money out of it, right? Which is something which we can actually engage in on the 29th, with everyone who's going to be attending the event.
I love it. I love it when IT guys are so passionate about what they do, and it's a world where not a lot of us understand that world, and we need people like you to unpack it for us and simplify it for us. But let's talk about the Beyond All Limits Masterclass. What makes it so unique, and then also,
Yeah.
what can attendees expect in terms of networking and learning? Except now, of
Right.
course, for the master Sam.
Yes. Yeah, no, with the masterclass, I said, for me, it's been something which I've been observing, and I think it's so amazing to watch how it grew from strength to strength. And nothing grows without the right people, right? And there's value in terms of being part of such a great event, whereby you get exposure to a lot of business individual, and also business makers in that manner as well. So I would really recommend that any person that's starting up a business, because I think it's important to really get mentorship when you're starting a business, right? To understand how the business world operates, and to, I mean, I've watched as I said, I watched the journey as it started, and to start a business, having the right circle of people around you to motivate you, and tell you that, just so you know, the business is not an easy path, but it's exciting. It's an exciting journey to be part of, because it's always good to start something from the ground and build up with right network.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you one more opportunity to speak to those who are interested. And I already hear your excitement, and that's already a good enough reason for people to come attend. But why should businesses and professionals not miss the Beyond All Limits Masterclass?
It's the best place to be. When I say place to be, I look at what the level of people that are attending this masterclass, and what we bring to the table, especially for lack of myself. And I think the one reason that for me is that I'm going to be also sharing my story, right? My journey as a young person. I know there are people out there who are beside the business, also from a personal level, who might have gone through the same thing that I went through, or who are going through the same that I'm going through, in terms of how to overcome hardship, right? Because I mean, as you might have heard, that I used to live in a shack, right? With shack house, a bunch of rats. It was fun, right? But if I look back, that was for me the first phase of my journey of life. And I mean, what I always take to heart is that I want to share this with the people, that what I always put forward for me personally, it's my God, my faith, my dream, my character, which is something I'm bringing to the guys. Say, hey, it's important to always have, whether you're starting a business, whether you're on a personal journey as a young person or wherever you are, doesn't matter the age, but have these key characters or elements that will actually set you up for great success. Not only success, to be able to also survive, whereby you are dealing with a negative environment, which actually that puts you onto the character level, right? Which will fuel your dream, keep your faith, and trust God. That's my agenda I'm going to be sharing on the stage, as to where I come from, what I've been through as well. Having coming from living, let me tell you, there's nothing like living in a shack. Okay, that part I want to obviously make sure that people are share that journey, so that there could be someone who's more like me, coming from poverty, been through hardships, to learn that, hey man, it's not about where you start, it's all about where you're going. You know, keep your faith, stay positive, and build a very strong character. Have your faith, trust God. That's going to be my message for the day. As well.
I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you're part of today's show. And when we take a, in brief a listen to your story, you shouldn't be. You
Yeah,
shouldn't be where you're at.
yeah.
Well, the
Trust
world
me.
has told us,
Yeah, it's
but
it's been it's been
you are a testimony.
it's God. It's all God, man. And let me tell you, there were times whereby I was. A lot of folks said to me, "You mad? Why would you be working and also studying at the same time, that shift?" I said, I want more out of life, where I was being in poverty was the kickstart of my career, of my life, but I had more to give to the world. And for me to be able to come and say, hey, I lived in a shack, there's no excuse, right? If you want something, you gotta go get it. There were no funds. I had to fund myself to my education, right? I never stopped learning. I'm still learning even today. So the whole thing is that it's all about evolving over time, and really have that strong character, that it doesn't matter where I am in life, and I shouldn't be limited based on my circumstance. Because I think sometimes when you're in poverty, the all you think about is poverty, but not the future. And someone once told me that dreaming is free, right? But the hustle is so separately. So you
Definitely.
gotta want it, you gotta want it bad enough that you will sacrifice your today to build your tomorrow. You know. So again, as I said, it's the same thing that you will do whether you're running a business, or if you believe in your business idea, it's yours to believe in. It's yours to believe in, right? And you have to put in the resources, whatever little you have, to invest in the business. Same thing as in the personal space. If you want to build something for yourself, you got to learn to invest whatever you have, small you have. Because I mean, as I say, I used to work as a petrol attendant, right? Pouring fuel at the fuel station somewhere in Parklands. And that time I had vision of actually bettering my life. And I want to study. And that time was that I was literally working the night shift, studying the day shift. Have to go to Stellenbosch, Rondebosch side, which wasn't an easy task because I have to leave early. But again, I said it's all about, if you want something so bad, you have to be willing to sacrifice for that. But in order for that to happen, there has to be some strong foundation. Where, as I said, for me, it's my God, my faith, my dream, and my character. Those are the important things that I take with everywhere I go.
I love the fact that I could have a glimpse of your story today, and I'm inviting you back for the full
Yep.
story. And
Yep.
I believe people must hear your story, and that is what this show is all about: is to give hope. And you've got an amazing story, and I've heard bits of it, and now I've
Yeah.
heard a few more bits of it. But we're gonna get
Yeah.
together and we're gonna put everything together. But we
Yeah.
gotta
Correct.
go. But before we go,
Yeah.
just quickly, just can you give the event date, location, and also then ticket information?
Right. So the venue is happening at Keston of Site on the 29th of November, which is sure that reach out to our team to ensure that they get the tickets as well. Which is will be the right contact
Okay.
for information, which I'll share her details now, the number which you can reach out to her to be able to get the tickets. And the number is very simple. It is zero. There you go and get it now. Sorry, one sec. It is 076 169 7266. 076 169 7266. And 160 can change your life. That's all you need. It's on the 29th of November at the CHS Life Center, 3638 Carl and Kirstenhoff. So looking forward to seeing you all day.
Yes, and if you're watching us on screen now, it would look like Sam had load shedding over there, but it's okay. We could still hear him. But I want to say
Yeah.
thank you to Sam for being a blessing to us today. Thank you so much. And like I said, that invitation stands, and then we'll have a longer chat and to hear more about your story, of course.
100%. And again, thank you again, Marco, for inviting me in the studio. Thank you, listeners, for taking the time to listening in. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on the 29th of um, of November.
November. Sam, thanks. God bless you. Till next time.
Thank you so much, sir. Take care, guys. Thank you. Goodbye.
So that was Samson Dunny, and he's going to be part of the breakfast, or at least the Business Breakfast Club, the Beyond All Limits Masterclass. That's taking place on the 29th of November. That's at the CHS Life Center in Kirstenhof. And I'll give you some details a little bit later as well. But for now, I'm going to go back to a break. In fact, I'm going to give you, I think I'm going to give you your riddle now. Yeah. So I'm going to end the stream quickly, but I'm going to get